You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why you start looking self-conscious when I said looking at face? Oh, I'm
I
just
was just gonna say it ain't a lot to look at, but you know what I'm saying? I'll hold it down for
y'all can look
yeah,
at Quest's face. That
you know what I'm saying?
face.
I'll hold it down for the meantime in between time.
Look, I just this is great. Yeah. I just let you know when you're looking at Facebook, apart from our setting here, is a
Yeah.
delay, right? So I just caught when I said that, and then you changed how you look. That was kind of cool.
Mm,
Anyway, there you go.
all right.
All right, so that's there. Let me check. YouTube is there. Good. So
Mm,
let me go ahead and cut those all down, and
yeah.
we will be good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they
Yeah. So
already
let's see. We got Ayana. Who
yeah.
else is that? Who that? Who that?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, John P, man.
Oh, shouts out to John
What
P.
up, John P? How many years you got in, bro? You got three years under your belt, 4 years under your belt. You know
Uh,
John P married, man.
Yep. And shouts out to my mellow, Rodney Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Markham,
Like
my boy
like
Mark
Coop. Like wait, Coop from where?
from Detroit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying?
Coop. That's my
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
I
Mark
think
and Michelle.
I'm trying to remember if I went to school with the dude.
Yeah.
I know, that's my man. I just don't remember why. I've
Yeah.
been to many places, man.
He seen lots of faces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yes.
you know what I'm
Yo, what
saying?
happened? Are you for real?
What happened?
My I gotta redo the okay.
Yeah,
I
we
had to
still.
redo the joint for the audio.
Oh, okay.
I guess we should talk to the people. I
Yeah,
think
no doubt. I see him rolling in. Shouts out to everybody rolling in today. Yeah, we got a love show for you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like for real, a love show today for you. You know what
Yup.
I'm saying?
Yup.
Discuss some
1200.
some
Where's
much
that?
needed topics, man. It's that time.
You in my lane, man. Like this is right up my alley, man.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
where I love to live. Unfortunate though, that's the problem. Like
yeah, yeah.
it's
I wish we had a
unfortunate
clip. I wish we had a clip of the you know what? Forward thinking.
of
Next
what?
of the speech. You know what I'm saying? Because I
A
believe that
clip. That ain't nothing, man. What are you talking about?
oh yeah.
Who you running with?
Can we get you gotta you oh no doubt. If you could get the Oprah clip popping and we good, you know what I'm saying? We good money.
Okay, well, here what? Let me shut my video off.
Yeah.
Like when you gonna run it? We gonna run it during the audio?
Yep. Yeah. No, during the podcast. We're gonna run it
Yeah,
during the
during
podcast.
the
Yeah,
full
yeah.
joint. So
Yeah.
I think we can only run a little bit so we don't get banged.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
we
let me
good.
pull that up. And
Yeah.
y'all don't worry about my face because um
Yeah. No,
this is
yeah.
actually more important. Let
Yeah.
me see. I posted it,
Yeah.
didn't I? I
Yeah.
posted a good one. So I'm gonna go find it
Yeah. Yeah.
and get that
Cause,
joint ready.
'cause homegirl said some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yo, I need that Mac Pro. Anybody want to donate a Mac Pro? I did not say MacBook Pro. I already have a MacBook Pro.
Bro, we want a
I need a
Mac
Mac
Pro.
Pro because
Mac Pro.
my borderline television production software does not like my MacBook anymore.
Yeah.
And it has some capabilities. I'm tired of using this little
Yeah.
webinar thing to do what we do because I have extreme capabilities over here that
Yeah.
can do some nice things. And today would have been the perfect day to do it right.
Yeah. Shouts out to my man James Brand. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Who's very familiar with the Live Right Be Well. Shouts out to him down in that Florida. I think he's still in Florida.
Okay.
Yep, yep, yep. Long time I ain't hear from you, brother. Yep, I need
Long
to hear
time
you
in
on
the
that
area.
line. Yep, I need to hear you on that line in the morning. Another brother that's happily married, man. Shouts out to him and his lovely bride, man.
I like happily married,
I
Quest.
love happily married, man. It's a lovely place to be, brother.
That's a win.
Yes, it is.
Yo, you
Yes,
know,
it
my wife
is.
said as I was leaving lunch to come in the box,
What she
she was
say?
like, she was like, you can say me too. You can say me too. You can mention me.
Yeah, no
I
doubt
was
you
like,
can.
word.
No doubt you can.
Yeah, because I don't put my wife out there, bro. Like, I don't take liberty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got it. All right, so
Yeah.
yeah, cue that up.
You already know.
Oh yeah, cue that up and let's crack them. Let's
Yeah.
crack them.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure we don't get knocked off the thing because
Oh yeah.
the things be knowing stuff and I ain't trying to get.
Yo, John said he could donate a 2016 Toshiba laptop.
What'd he say?
He could donate a 2016 Toshiba laptop.
Toshiba. John P. Man.
Yeah.
I thought he was my man, but
John, yeah. Yo,
I already got one of those.
Yo, John,
and I ain't used it since 2004.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, Foundation is in the building.
Oh yeah, she here, man.
Yeah, let's go, man. I don't want to waste nobody time, man. Let's get him.
Okay. So for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, you're wondering why you can hear a voice and can't see the face. That's because okay, let me put it back up real quick.
Yeah.
We do it like this. Do I look like a kung fu movie? I don't know, Quest. You tell me.
Nah, you good.
Okay, so for now, I'm looking all right. For those of you just joining us, Quest and I are about to bring you in on the live program or podcast that will be on iHeartRadio TuneIn live, along with our video streaming partners. So in a moment when it looks like or sounds like we know what we're talking about, then that means we'll be on. All right. So you're in the behind the scenes flow with us. And Quest, you let me know when you're ready and I'm gonna hit the buttons.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
We ready? All right. Quiet on the set.
While you're doing that, I'm going.
Your man Dave with It's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest, host with the most, man, and welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast alongside my man, my man, L. David Harris.
Get on the mic.
MC.
What up, though?
Yeah, what up? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a seat.
Yeah. Where's that?
Class is in session.
Oh, you already know what it is, man. Man, let me tell you something, D. It is a joy, honor, and privilege once again, man, to be able, man, to be in this position, man, to do what we love to do, and that's talk about marriage, man. Shouts out to everybody who is listening in, who came onto the live broadcast. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah, you know what I'm saying? Who was, you know what I'm saying? Ayana, you know what I'm saying? Sasha, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Sasha, man, him and his wife, man. Rodney Coop, you know what I'm saying? My people.
Coop, what up, Coop?
Don L, you know what I'm saying? And Foundation. I ain't even got to say her name. You know what I'm saying? But she's Foundation, Nicole Davis. So yeah, man, welcome to another edition, man. How you living, bro?
Chilling, man.
Yep.
I'm doing what I got to do, man. I got a whole lot on my plate and it's good.
Yep. Yeah, just thankful, man. My wife, man, she came to me the other day running upstairs, all kind of water falling out of her eye because she was tripping her for a while. We had Nico's about to go to school. You know, and he is born after, the regular school starting date. His birthday's in November.
Yeah. We in the bus with you.
Yeah, so you already know he gets to start a whole year later. So we've been, going to schools, checking out the Montessori schools, magnet schools, but we definitely wanted him to be in a language academy, if you will. And and let me tell you something, the God that I serve is a faithful God. And when you believe him to be able to do something, man, that is the very thing that he'll do for you. So we've been tripping. We went to a couple of open houses, come to find out it's a lottery. And when you do the lottery, boy, I'm like, it's just but I was just like, for real, I'm just going to pray over this thing, hand it over to the man, You know what I'm saying? The big principal in the sky, the big
Dang.
school superintendent, if you will, the big school administrator upstairs. And man, without a shadow of a doubt, we got the notification back the other day that my man is in. So he's going to Collinswood, you know what I'm saying, Language Academy. So
In
yeah,
there like swimwear.
like swimwear, like
Yeah.
swimwear. So yeah, man, just thankful, man, and just watching him, you know what I'm saying, matriculate through this next season of life, man. So yeah.
Understood, bro. Good
Yes,
stuff.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. We want to fast track and keep our time today, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So let me do what I do, man, and that is big up Breathe University, man. For real, this year 2018 is going to be a phenomenal year. P7D shouts out to all the game changers, the public speakers. We got a conference coming up this year called Take Control. It's an entrepreneurship series.
Mhm.
Make sure that if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to go to the next level as an entrepreneur, that whenever the conference comes to your city, you get it, man. So you know what it is, Breathe University, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll be successful. For more information on how we can help you go to the next level. Oh, yeah, in marriage. And I'm very, you know what I'm saying, biased as it relates to the marriage department because your boy's the director over that division.
Yeah.
But if you want more information on how we can take you to the next level, please do me a favor. Go in front of your machine, your laptop, on your phone, and go to a browser, www.breatheuniversity.com.
Yeah.
And I'll see you at the top.
Very nice. Well,
Yes, sir.
of course, we moving it through.
Yep.
Today's program is brought to you by Audible.
Yep.
Get your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/marriage.
Yep.
With more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're making a recommendation, especially considering the subject matter. A lot of brothers need this.
Yeah.
This book is titled Every Man's Battle.
Come on.
Winning the War on Sexual Temptation, one victory at a time. Every man's battle, winning the war on sexual temptation, one victory at a time.
At a time.
Yeah, so you don't have to download that one, but that's the one we're recommending today. You can download any one of the many hundreds of thousands, more than 180,000 titles if you choose.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I just want to jump into it, D, if we don't have nothing else we trying to touch before we get in.
No. I don't want to touch nothing but the subject.
Yeah. So the other night, man.
My wife.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right now. Later. See you in a minute, honey.
So no doubt, man. The other night, I believe it was Sunday night, D. Me and my wife. Well, we are my wife is a fan of a couple of TV shows on television, but I am the fan of one specific show that I watch with her in our quality time, and they just premiered their new season last night, so I'm psyched. And that show is This Is Us. You know what I'm saying? And Sterling, who plays the role of Randall on This Is Us, got a Golden Globe, man, and I was so happy for my man. The height of the night for MEETOO, D, was when Oprah got up and she gave her speech. You know what I'm saying? And she was talking to the, hashtag Time's Up, you know what I'm saying, movement, hashtag MEETOO movement. And in essence, what she was speaking to was the whole, sexual harassment, sexual assault and gender bias.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you would, D, I know you got a clip. If you can you play the, that clip for me, please?
Yeah, I'll play a little bit of it. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me share the screen and play.
No doubt, please.
And let's see what we got here.
Seen a Black man being celebrated like
honor. It is an honor, and it is a privilege to share the evening with all of them. Strong enough and empowered enough to speak.
All right, here we go. Let's go here.
Yeah.
The most powerful tool we all have. And I'm especially proud and inspired by all the women who have felt strong enough and empowered enough to speak up and share their personal stories. Each of us in this room are celebrated because of the stories that we tell. And this year, we became the story. But it's not just a story affecting the entertainment industry. It's one that transcends any culture, geography, race, religion, politics, or workplace. So I want tonight to express gratitude to all the women who have endured years of abuse and assault because they, like my mother, had children to feed and bills to pay and to pursue.
Yeah, I think that's about all we can do safely, homeboy.
Yeah. Man, I would, man. You good.
Copyrights a bear.
Yeah, I'm happy you behind the controls, because if it was me, I'm going all the way in.
Yeah,
but
I would love to.
If you could find the part D where she starts talking about money as well. Well, we don't have to.
Yeah. Paraphrase it for
I mean, for the most of you who've already seen the Golden Globes, or if you watch, just go back and watch the clip. It ain't nothing but a couple of minutes long, but watch the speech. I promise you, it's well worth it. Right. Yeah. So she starts talking not only about the harassment, remember Weinstein earlier on this year, and then your boy over at the Today Show. What's his name?
Yeah, we're going to Gail. No, Today's Show. Oh, the one that they were really surprised about.
Yeah. So a number of these, and it's senators, and it's all of these people with position and power who have been, like, for real, in situations of sexual assault. They've been in situations of sexual harassment. And then, of course, there's the old, the good old boys club, if you will, where there's been gender bias, where certain jobs they wouldn't allow women to have, they wouldn't allow them to make the same amount of money, all of these different things, you know what I'm saying? Which brings us to the topic of today's podcast, you know what I'm saying? When your wife says #MEETOO.
Yeah, let that ruminate, man.
Yeah, I just want that to settle in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I know D. I know it's a couple of dudes who's probably saying, I ain't never sexually assaulted my wife.
Right.
You may think you haven't, you know what I'm saying? For some, and there might be some that have not altogether, but yeah.
But we're married to women, even those of us who haven't done that. We're married. A lot of us are married to women who have been sexually harassed, assaulted, abused, and just pick another disgusting thing that has happened,
or biased, or bias was held against,
just as disgusting. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I like the article that I read with Drew Carey this week. And your boy Kenny Smith's wife used to be a host on the show, and she got pregnant, and they were having a baby, and she was, she knows the history of The Price is Right with Bob Barker and all of the women before that time, and how that could possibly hurt her. But when she went to go speak to him, he celebrated her and was like, are you kidding me? To be able to be in a position and bring forth a child. So I thought that was big as well. So big up to Drew Carey for, the host of Price is Right, for celebrating that. But there are instances where a woman gets pregnant and the job, it almost like holds it against her because she has to leave on maternity leave. Yeah. And I'm saying, there are certain things that we bias against our wife. Like, they can't contribute to the relationship the same way you do. So sometimes what we do as men is we use our intellectual prowess to downplay the contributions that they're making to the relationship, or just downplay who they are so that we can maintain a certain level. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. God actually forecasted that.
Yeah.
And he told Eve in the Garden of Eden that he would put her in a position that would help her grow, but men would take advantage of it.
Oh, come on.
And get it twisted.
Yeah, come on.
And so we move from the good word of submission, which is a good word, to subjugation.
Yeah.
And now women are under the thumb in most cultures of the world. Not all, but most cultures of the world. Misogyny is running rampant, and all of its dirty little ugly babies.
Oh, come on. Dirty little ugly babies.
Oh yeah, people say some ain't no ugly babies, but whatever the offspring of misogyny is an ugly baby.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, I'm on this. So you get going, because if you get me started, I'm not gonna stop.
No, I'm glad that we having this topic, because I want to just dispel some stuff. So I want you to go in. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I did a book a few years ago titled Enough, that has to do with abuse of all types of women, for women. And, it was an eye-opening experience, because sometimes men take it for granted, or they take it lightly. They think that abuse, in quotes, is one dimensional, but don't realize that there's financial abuse. There's all kinds of twisted sexual abuse. There's emotional and mental abuse. There's religious and spiritual abuse, and that could go down the list.
Oh, come on.
And they actually have like an underground railroad in the United States of America. And maybe I shouldn't put it out like this, but maybe I should. Like an underground railroad that supplies women who are battered spouses.
Oh, come on.
With the money that they need. Because part of the reason, even very strong women that are quote unquote strong women stay in their relationships has to do with a multiplicity of things, but not the least of which has to do with, what am I going to do if I do separate or leave? What am I going to do financially? How am I going to make it? Not because she can't do it herself, but if you're used to doing things together and now there's no more together, like, how am I going to survive? And what if it's wintertime when you get finally the freedom of mind to make a move, but now it's wintertime? Where are you going to go?
And not only that, D, there's always the fear of divorce. There's some women who are loyal.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And exhibit a certain level of loyalty to the relationship. And it's almost like they damned if they do, damned if they don't kind of thing, because I'm damned if I stay here and allow this to happen. But I'm also damned if I leave, because I'm breaking the loyalty. I'm breaking my what I would, refer to as my core value, if you will.
Yeah.
And like, if not, being a part of the statistic of divorce is a core value of mine, I'm pressed between a rock and a hard place. You feel me?
Yeah.
So let's talk about, if we can, some of the ways that we make our wives a part of the Me Too, and if we can, some of our personal experiences growing up, you know what I'm saying, of the Me Too.
All right. So one of the ways I want to talk some peripheral stuff, because the obvious things, is all in the discussion. But let's just say, for the not so obvious, let's just say your wife is watching television, not just television. She's watching the video of Oprah, the one at the Golden Globes, right? And she begins to sort of either, I don't want to say reminisce, because that's a positive term, but she's reminded of a time when she was abused or harassed, or pick a negative term, and she's there. Now, you know how I could drag her back into that and become her abuser, bro?
Come on.
I could be like, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you need to get he's gone now.
Yeah.
He's get over it.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You still talking about that?
Yeah.
How could you still be talking about that?
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't have. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And so you open the doors to the abuse. What once was a wound, you now tear the wound back.
Oh yeah, stripped it, ripped it, and now you've become her abuser.
Yep.
Straight up. You have not touched her.
Yep.
You have not physically done anything yet.
Yep.
Because anybody who's what's the opposite of sensitive? The opposite of sensitive enough to speak that way, it's just a matter of time before you do something physically that ain't right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but something physically that ain't right is coming.
Yeah.
If you're heartless enough to just, well, I mean, you'll be all right. I mean, at least they caught the guy.
Yeah.
Kind of statements. It's just like, dude doesn't even get where I'm coming from.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not, here's the funny thing. There's a certain level of understanding, a certain level of empathy, a certain level of compassion.
Yeah.
That has to be exercised within the context of marriage, because even if you didn't experience it yourself, this is still a part of you. And if this is a part of you, then it is now become your problem as well. Because some
Oh,
of
there's no
us think that,
question. You're
because my
married.
wife is going through something or because my husband is going through something, that's them. It don't got nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you, because it creates this rift. If they're not any relationship, and we understand this, we spoke about this before, any relationship is only as healthy as its least healthy individual. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I need
So,
100 push-ups, by the way. Carry on.
yeah, no doubt. I see you. I see you. Any relationship is only as healthy as its least healthy individual. So, in other words, if it's her problem or if it's something that she's dealing with, then guess what? You need to deal with it too. And to your point, my then move should be, you know what I'm saying? Let's sit down and talk about it. Because obviously it's a source of contention for you. So let's sit and discuss it. And if I can't help you, then we'll go together and get help for it. Why? Because I'm not the problem. You not the problem. The problem is the problem. And I'm going to put on my shield, my helmet, and I'm going to put that Nina, and we go into war. You know what I'm saying? Against,
Dog, I just had an epiphany, because Simone told me before I came into the studio, we just finished lunch. She said, I don't have a problem with you saying about my Me Too.
Yeah.
Her Me Too, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm not going to talk about her actual experience. But guess what? So Simone and I had our son 10 years after we got married.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in her, pushing 40 when Josiah was born, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of woman health issues, 6 fibroids, 2 of which were growing at the same rate that the boy was, and just pick a problem. She had a bunch of problems carrying Josiah. And then now it comes the day that she had feared pain.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had, continued to ask the Lord, please don't let me feel any pain. And I know that there's some women that would think that's kind of like, weird, because, that happens when, but she didn't want it. So she kept asking the Lord, don't let it happen. Okay.
Yeah.
So to make a long story short, we were in the hospital during, like an hour before shift change. So she had this wonderful doctor that was so tender, a woman from West Africa. And she was sweet, like towards Simone, like tender. It was like just the right person, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, shift change. And another very competent doctor who happens to be a male. Pause. And no diss to male doctors. I'm just saying that there's a scene change here, Quest.
Yep.
And when she was on pace, she was stable, she was good, she was validated, she was all of the positive things. We're gonna have this baby. Shift change, my man comes in, and he's more of he's less tender. He's a technician.
Mm-hmm.
So now the epidural wore off, and then the timing, everything was just all wrong. To make a long story short, my wife got a 3rd-degree tear when Josiah came out.
Yep. I got you.
And the way that the doctor had to deliver Josiah through the vaginal canal.
Yeah.
My wife said, I felt like I was being abused again. Now, there are a lot of things that were going on. I'm not saying that she was, because he would have got knocked out. I'm saying that on
no doubt,
it on Facebook.
Yeah, I co-signed
it on YouTube.
I might have had to come take a flight to come help you.
Listen, man, there's no way that nobody's abusing Simone in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have a choice. I have a choice, Quest. Yeah. My wife is telling me her experience, how she feels. I didn't blink. I didn't leave. I was hands-on, physically present the entire time, emotionally present the whole time. I saw exactly what happened. What she perceived, I can say it now, is 7 years later, didn't happen the way she thought, right? But she was in a position in her mindset where that's how it felt. So for 2-3 years, guess who couldn't say it ain't happened like that?
Yep.
Guess who couldn't take up for the doctor?
That's it.
Right? Because she felt like she was being molested, even though it didn't happen, because my man's still living. No disrespect. I'm just saying that wouldn't have happened in front of me, bro. But she felt a way. Something triggered in her mindset at the moment, because she wasn't having the happy space when the shift change happened and all of this stuff. Now she's off her rockers with that particular piece.
Yep.
I can't Me Too her, bro, in that mindset. I can't do that to preserve my pride and be like, are you kidding me? You think I just stood there and watched this dude do something that he should? Take it down, because wifey said she felt like.
Yep. So can I introduce a second dynamic to just that whole entire story?
Yeah.
Sometimes when our wives come to us,
yes,
and ladies, don't get it twisted. Men have Me Too moments as well. Maybe not along, and sometimes along the same route.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Because of the different, you just said it, she knows what she felt like. What you saw and what she felt was two different things.
Two different planets.
Just as the male and female are both wired differently and have different experiences and can see the same. Let me tell you something. My wife get out the shower, I'm all eyes. I get out the shower, brother man, please stop dripping water all over my floor.
I'll wet up the floor again.
Same situation, two different perspectives. Could it possibly be that a lot of the times when we get into conflict with our wives over what Me Too, not Me Too, over a particular situation, is because we only seeing it from our perspective, and your wife may be very well experiencing a Me Too experience, but you don't get to tell her that it is not a Me Too experience. You don't get to tell her that.
No,
because her experience is totally different from yours. So what is your course of action? Or what is your recourse? Because immediately you could get fired up like, yo, she's so drama. Dag, it didn't happen that way. Guess what, though? It didn't happen to you. And you don't get to dictate her feelings. So guess what? Because I'm your dude and because I'm rocking with you till one of us drop, guess what? I'm going to do exactly what I need to do to either get you the healing that you need or whatever is necessary in order to get you to your place of wholeness.
Oh, yeah, man. The Lord help me because, my background is in psych. That's the first thing. Number two, my homegirl, who happens to be my wife. You hear what I just said to you?
Yeah, no doubt.
So we're 10 years in to marriage. We got married after 11 years of friendship. So that's my homegirl of 21 years. And if she'd say she felt a way, she felt a way. So guess who not gonna try to convince her out of her feelings?
Not me. Not me.
I ain't scared of Simone. I ain't scared of her. But I ain't crazy either because, listen, man, it's an investment. She's my wife. Like, I need to do all that I possibly can do and then ask for supernatural help for the beyond me stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that wifey's good.
Yeah, no doubt.
Homeboy ain't I didn't get that twisted, bro. Thank God. Like, and we can talk about it freely now, but this is 7 years later.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So it took a minute to be able to kind of, talk through that stuff, bro.
And guess what, 2D? You don't get to dictate the time on how long it takes for her to get, because see now, how many years later is it?
It's 7 years later, bro.
All right, good. Josiah's what now? 7?
7.
All right, exactly. And so it could take 12 years.
If it took 100 years, I ain't touching it unless I'm doing it to heal. I'm not trying to convince you or nothing, unless, of course, the only time I would, let me just abridge that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. If it came to a point where she felt, not just felt like, but she felt like to the point that now she wants to press it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time I would have stood up. Not because I want to take up for the dude, but because I don't want to ruin his life based on my eyewitness. She would have to trust me in that case. I still wouldn't try to convince her out of her feelings, but I would have to be clear on the reality of the thing, of what I saw and did not blink the entire time, so that you don't ruin his whole life. You don't ruin his, you don't ruin his life. You don't ruin his career and the many women that can benefit from his skill.
Mm-hmm.
But since it didn't come to the point where she was trying to press charges or something like that, I let it ride, bro, until it came up again. I let it ride.
And here's the real.
Yeah.
Some of you, and I'm speaking to the audience now.
Yeah.
Some of you in your relationships, your husband been going through a thing for about 5 days, 6 days. Your wife been going through something for about 8, 9 days, and already you at your wit's end. And you at your wit's end because you thinking that this situation is about you, and it's not about you. And I can tell you thinking it's about you because you over it. You don't want to deal with it no more. But guess what? Your spouse still got to deal with it, whether you want to deal with it or not.
Yeah.
Marriage ain't for suckers.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel you, bro.
Yep.
Like I'm feeling let me tell you another thing, Quest.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all watching still?
Yeah, please.
Listen, we're gonna do the 10 minutes extra today or not? Because we got
it's on you, Pop.
All right, 10 minutes extra. So Simone and I went out a couple weeks ago and we were listening to the Between the Sheets joint. I don't remember the full title.
Of
an ebook, an audiobook, excuse me. It's a Christian audiobook.
Juanita?
Sheet music, not Between the Sheets. Sheet music. Sheet music. So it was a good, it's a good book. And the thing started to cover some stuff, bro. Okay, so 1991, I met Simone in 90. We became friends in 91, just friends. So from 91 until now, you count up the years. Guess what? And we've been very open for all those years. You know, I learned some stuff about Simone that day that I had never heard, not even nuances of it. This is fresh stuff, bro. On this same discussion. And we've talked about her Me Too's, bro.
Yeah.
But this stuff right here, I thought I told you. No, that didn't never come up.
Yeah.
And dude, if I wasn't already tenderhearted towards my wife, dude, my tenderheartedness turned up. I am tenderhearted toward her. Thank God. Like, I'm glad we don't have no baggage in terms of insensitivities and disrespect. But dude, it turned up because I'm like, dude, people are walking around with a lot of a heavy load.
And you don't know the fullness of the load they're carrying.
Yeah. So,
real talk.
Yeah.
I remember I remember there's a time, you know what I'm saying? Faith was going through something. I don't know exactly what it was that she was going through. And it was around her birthday. I want to say it was last year. And immediately I jumped into fix it mode.
You're such a dude at the moment. At that moment.
I was such a dude. I was such a dude at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And here's the funny thing. I know better now. And I know that we'll be marriage is just one of them things you just constantly learning for the rest of your life.
Dynamic, baby.
Hence the reason we call it marriage ain't for suckers. You know what I'm saying?
No, it really isn't. It really isn't.
No, it's not.
Nah.
And so I remember her shaking her fist at me and saying, I don't want you to fix it.
Word.
You know what I did? I was like, yo, and I'm being transparent now. I was like, oh, you tripping. I was like, you bugging out. And I left the room and I went into another room to sleep. And bro, let me tell you something. When I tell you the Holy Ghost was on my head that night, I got no rest, none.
Word.
And
wifey wasn't resting.
Yeah.
Faith wasn't resting.
Yeah. Nah, I'm sure she wasn't resting. But you know, here's the funny thing. Sometimes, you know, as we talk about these Me Too experiences and the different perspectives, you don't know what somebody else's Me Too is.
No.
And if they have the courage enough to speak to it.
Yeah.
Let that just sink in for a moment. A lot of the time, the only reason why that Me Too is here because somebody initially spoke about. How many years has this kind of stuff been going on?
From forever.
Like, as they would have said in Jamaica, from 19 how long? You know what I'm saying? From 18, 17 how long? I mean, it's been here since the dawning of time. Somebody finally gets the courage to open up their mouth and say something. That's why, they like, for real, the word is true in the sense that they not only overcame by the blood of the Lamb, but by the word of their testimony. When somebody shares their heart, it ignites something in somebody else for them to share theirs as well. I think that's why the line we got, the accountability we got is so dope, because we're not afraid to speak our truths.
True indeed.
But you don't know what somebody else's load is. And when they find the courage to speak to their truth or speak their truth, you don't get to tell them what is not that deep, or what is not that, or why you just don't get over it. The only thing that you should be doing is expressing, and I'm talking within the context of marriage now. I'm not even talking outside of marriage.
Right.
The only thing that you should be doing, if the two are to become one flesh, is exercising a certain level of compassion. This is your wife. This is your husband, the one that you claim to love for life. You know what I'm saying? Like my man, Large Professor, say on Looking at the Front Door. You know what I'm saying? Like, exercise the level of compassion, even if it's not that deep to you. The fact that it's that deep to your spouse, The fact that they had courage to speak to it.
Yeah.
Exercise compassion, man. Empathy.
Let me drag it into our bedrooms, bro, because what happens during, with the whole Me Too paradigm is that it 100% must impact sexuality and overall intimacy in our houses.
Yeah, no doubt.
It must. And it manifests in so many different ways. But what happens is a lot of times, ignorantly, men who are not in tune with their wives
or watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Will make it about us.
Yeah.
If things aren't panning out sexually or overall intimately, we'll make it about us. Look at what you're not doing to or for me. Look at how you are starving me. Look at how I am giving or willing to give, and that ain't usually true, more than you are willing to give in this, in the sexual sense. So not realizing, though, either ignoring or not realizing that when a woman can stand up and hashtag say me too, there's a lot broken. There's a lot stolen. There's a lot missing. And you can't put it. This is the thing about it, bro. You can't put it back. As strong women are, if somebody took away something from you, whether it be your mental chastity, and I see you right there. We got 5 minutes.
Oh, that's
your mental chastity, something physical, something sexual, something emotional. You can't put it back. You can heal, yes. You can be on the mends, yes. But you can't put the thing that was taken away from you, like people say jokingly, but this is not a joke. Yeah. Oh, I can't unsee that.
Yeah.
Well, she can't unexperience that.
Yeah.
So we have to take time. You understand?
Yep.
Take time.
Yep. Here's the other piece too, D. And I want to introduce this dynamic. And this dynamic really involves a certain level of integrity and character.
Yes.
And it's a strange conundrum, if you will, because the only person that knows if you're expressing this level of integrity or character, if you will, is you. And the only way for you really to exercise it as well, it depends on how broke. I mean, all of us are broken to some degree,
level,
on some level, right?
Yeah.
And I guess what I'm saying is, as it relates to that comment, is don't contribute to your own Me Too.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't contribute to don't contribute to the dynamic that would cause you to say Me Too, because sometimes we do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on the level of brokenness that we have. So that's that last dynamic I just wanted to introduce to it. But yeah.
Let me add something to it, because I have been reticent about joining the quote Me Too movement, because the Me Too movement is what it is. Just look it up. It was related to women and their experiences, right? And while I'm seeing in the feed here that there are men, strong men, who have had experiences where people have taken something they shouldn't have taken from men, that would be, I don't even want to use the hashtag, because that's theirs. Yeah. You understand? So, and that goes to my point. If I was a young boy along with some of these guys here, where somebody took advantage of me, I can't say because my wife hashtag Me Too that I get it, because she's still existing in a man's world, and the man ain't nice. She's still, quote, according to the scriptures, the weaker vessel. Not that she's not strong, not that she's not mighty in her own way, but between the two of us, God created Adam first and then Eve, and we were to cover Eve from jump, before sin even arrived on earth. And so for me to say Me Too as though it's the same, no matter how bad it was for a dude, I don't care if the activity that happened was worse when you just look at it objectively than what happened to the woman. You're talking about a different kind of vessel who's living in a different kind of world. So you can't identify, and I mean no diss, brothers. I'm just saying, you can't hashtag me too in the same way. Like we need you need a different movement.
Yep.
And so that's what I'm saying. So don't we can't muddy the water. And I don't mean any disrespect, guys, because I got a story.
Yep.
You understand? But we can't muddy the water by making it seem like it's the same, even though some of the activities may appear to be the same.
Yep.
Because it ain't the same.
Yep. Yo, it's crazy, man. Shouts out to Garfield, man, who put this in here.
Yeah. What a house.
He said, as men, we have to bridge the gap of communication between. Hold on, I like what he did, and I breezed right over it. It's the entire comment by saying as men.
As men.
Pause. We have to bridge the gap of communication between us and our women and promote emotional safety as we learn and grow to become more intimate with them. Thank you, gentlemen, for being real. God bless you.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I already know what it is.
Yeah, man.
Just stay focused, man.
Please.
I don't even know what to say.
Stay focused.
Word.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Y'all still watching us on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to chat with you for a while. And then
Shots out to, man, let me tell you something. Let me just run down the line.
When?
Isaiah, Alicia, who just checked in.
Yeah.
Man, John, as always. That's how people from the crib. You feel me?
Yeah.
Who else was in here with us? Sion Smith. Who else is in here?
Yeah, Mrs. Thomas. She taught John P. and I.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Elementary.
Yep. Big up to Garfield, man. He did, the last thing Garfield said was that he said, I needed this in my life like oxygen. God is showing me that this is the way he will save me. I had to learn this with great intentionality. Yeah, shouts out to Garfield, man. With great intentionality.
That's my dude, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to him. Foundation in the building. Shouts out to her.
Nikki.
Yep. Ayana. You know what I'm saying? As always, man.
Oh, yeah. Ayana's always on that support flow, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Her and her husband, Charles, man, it's great to be, to have discussions with them from time to time. Yeah. Frank, as always, Coach Frank Sakasa in the building. You feel me? As always, man. Good to see y'all, man, for real. And I'm loving these discussions as well, D. And I think we need to probably start touching these relevant stuff, because I see a couple of things.
You already know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We like caged birds, man. Like,
it's all right. It's all right.
In time.
It's Daddy gonna take the lock off soon. He just staying here for a little while.
My man Robert Sadler, another dude. Come on, my yard. Quit playing. Wifey already want to come, man. Quit playing.
Yeah, so she need to talk to my wife so she could get the Jamaica bug. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And she's on too, babe. Let's get the Jamaica bug. I know she's sitting at her desk like, please, we get this Florida bug.
I'm calm, man.
Don't worry, it's one step closer, D.
Yeah, Elena. Ellie, my baby girl.
Mm-hmm. No doubt, man.
Yeah, Pastor Chambers, Damian Chambers.
Oh, shouts out to them, man.
Yeah, man.
Shouts out to them.
Who else we got? Let me see. I'm scrolling, man. This is good. This is good. Okay, John Sampson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shouts out to him, man.
My young brother Cody Perkins.
Yep.
Yeah. And Gilchrist Sproul. Yo, listen, man.
Yeah.
Listen, like if you want to have this conversation, there's a couple of dudes that you want to have this conversation with.
No doubt.
And guess what? Neither of the dudes are married.
Yeah, no doubt.
One of them is Gilchrist Sproul. People call him Sprav. Sproul. And the other one is Randy Preston.
Yeah.
Them two dudes on this subject, I would actually shut my mic off. I would shut my mic off because I ain't trying to be melodramatic. I would just shut off my mic.
No doubt. Shouts out to Steven Shears, you know what I'm saying? Sasha, Damian Chambers, Shelly Hayes, man, all the people from my Thank God I'm Married group, you know what I'm saying? Rachel, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to them as well.
Sherilyn Sales.
Yep. Charles was on. My brother Ty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
An hour up the road. Shouts out to him. He was on today. John Simone, Adrian, you know what I'm saying? Simone Kirkland.
Yeah.
Shantae Hunt, you know what I'm saying? Don.
I want to say LaQuisha, but I don't know if I'm saying it right.
No, you are.
LaQuisha.
That's Peoples right there.
Yeah.
That is the fam right there. Janice McLean and Michelle Evans. Shouts out to them. Well, yeah, bro. We got some post-production to do, man.
Yeah. Oh, Daniel Pate just came on, or at least I just saw him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, man. We did our best.
And check what he said too. He said, man, this sparked in me. How can I help my wife unlock the best for her? Yep. This subject was fire. I love that. Those are the kind of responses that I love. Yep.
Yeah, win.
Yep, win.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right. So you and I got some stuff to talk about, and I'm excited about all that too. And now people like, what y'all got to talk about? Well, if I was going to say it, I would have said it earlier.
You're going to see it. It's going to come.
You're going to see it. You're going to see it. Yeah.
Hey. What happened to peace?
I almost hit the wrong button.
Peace.
I want to peace everybody.